I always wanted to be a kids TV presenter, and in university holidays I'd be working at CBBC at White City in London, and that was what I wanted to do. But at the end of third year, a friend came up to me at the end of a lecture and he just said, "I'm going to lead a mission trip to South Africa, do you want to come?" You know, I wanted to spend my university holidays trying to work my way up the bottom rungs of this TV ladder, but just wanted to use my time sort of wisely, not doing sort of mission trips. So I said, "No, I'm not going to come, thanks." And he said, "Well, will you at least pray about it?" So I thought, okay, fine, have to pray about it. Went back to my student flat and kind of mumbled a prayer at the end of a quiet time, like, "Lord, oh yeah, if you want me to go on this, then make it clear," or whatever. You know, I didn't know how you meant to pray, like right or wrong. So many people say God has said this or God said that, and I was always a little bit skeptical about that. So I was just like, you know. Anyway, nothing really happened, so I said, look, I'd prayed about it, except this one letter came through the post, and it was from the NHS, and it was the date of a shoulder operation I needed to get. The operation date was scheduled slap bang in the middle of this 6-week mission trip that my friend had suggested I go on. So I said to him, look, I don't know if this counts as an answer, but you know, I've got this letter, and he said, well, why don't you just phone them and see if they can change the operation date? And honestly, I've been waiting 9 months for this operation date. I was like, I really don't want to mess this up. But I kind of begrudgingly said, okay, fine. So I phoned the shoulder consultant secretary, and she picks up, and I immediately clock a slightly different accent. She said, well, you know, you can't really change the date. And I was like, I know, but a friend wants me to go on a mission trip. She's like, what, like a Christian mission trip? I was like, yeah. And she goes, I'm a Christian, like where to? I said, South Africa? She goes, I'm from South Africa. Like whereabouts in South Africa? I said, it's a town outside Cape Town called Paarl. She goes, I'm from Paarl. And this might be a bit unprofessional, but I really think God wants you to go on this trip. And I was like, so can you change the date? She was like, sure, like what date do you want for your operation? No problem. And so just like that, that was how I originally first ended up going to South Africa, and that was the way that God initially guided me to get me to Cape Town in a way that I would never have chosen to do of my own thinking. But yeah, I really sensed His guidance, His hand on that, and that was 2007, and here I am, you know, all these years later, still there.